Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Thursday. Here's your news report, stimulus check update, and stimulus package update for Thursday, March 11th. I have so much wonderful news to share with you today. I will be going over the status of the third stimulus check, as well as the earliest date you could receive your $1,400 third stimulus check. Please make sure to watch until the end of this video to learn how Republican opposition to the $1.9 trillion economic relief bill negatively affects some Americans. But before this video starts, I will be giving away another $50 Amazon gift card tomorrow evening. To enter the giveaway, all you need to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and then comment below.
On that day, by then, 1,000 Americans had been infected. About 38 had died from the pandemic. Here we are a year later, as we observe that sad moment and everything that has ensued from them, with over 500,000 Americans who have died. Around 30 million have become infected. And again, our hearts are broken for them, for their families, and for all of those who are affected by the coronavirus. But we also today are celebrating legislation that will make a tremendous difference. President Biden's American Rescue Plan is a plan to crush the virus and to save lives and livelihood of the American people. It is historic, it is monumental, it is consequential, and I said it's probably the most consequential legislation many of us will ever vote for in the Congress. I put it on the par with the Affordable Care Act as having serious consequences for the well-being of the American people. The Biden plan will make an immediate difference in people's lives, injecting vaccine into their arms, money into their pockets, children going back into school safely, and people going to work safely. So it's just remarkable. It's remarkable legislation. Unfortunately, Republicans, as I say, vote no and take the dough. You see already some of them claiming, oh, this is a good thing or that's a good thing, but they couldn't give it a vote. But anyway, enough of them. I talked about children in school. When I talked about this legislation yesterday, I talked about it in terms of America's children. Children are my why I went from housewife to House Speaker, because of the children. That 1 in 5 children in America lives in poverty. As a mother of 5, I couldn't abide that and wanted to make a difference in public policy. 1 in 5 goes to sleep hungry at night. That was even before the coronavirus. And I've always said that the 3 most important issues facing the Congress are our children, our children, our children. Their health, their education, the economic security of their families, including the pension security for their grandparents, and an environment in which they can thrive safely, a world at peace in which they can reach their fulfillment. Well, the first 3 of those, their health, their education, and the economic security of their families, was very much affected by the Biden American Rescue Plan. We're very proud of what it does for children, their health, their education, and the economic security of their families. Today on the floor, we go to that 4th place, a safe environment in which our children can thrive by passing the background check legislation. It's hard to imagine legislation being more popular than the rescue plan, 75%, whatever. This legislation, background checks, closer to 90%. Bipartisan support across the country.
Okay, everyone, so President Joe Biden just signed his massive $1.9 trillion economic relief package into law this afternoon. So this is awesome news. In the Oval Office before signing the legislation, President Biden stated, "This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country and giving the people in this nation, working people, middle-class folks, people who built the country, a fighting chance." That's what the essence of it is. Just yesterday, the House of Representatives approved the final version of President Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion stimulus relief bill. It was a huge legislative victory that will include a $1,400 third round of stimulus checks for all eligible Americans. The Senate's approval of the measure occurred this past Saturday. Lawmakers and analysts have stated that after the stimulus bill is signed into law, the IRS could begin sending out third stimulus checks within 1 or 2 weeks. And that is based on the first time frame for the first and second round of stimulus checks. Chris Krueger of Cohen and Company said in an analyst note, before the Senate approved the relief bill, by next weekend, a couple making less than $160,000 per year could well have received $2,800 deposited into their checking account. So this is all really great news, everyone. I am really glad that millions of Americans will finally receive their third stimulus checks this month. And according to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, households will receive their checks within weeks. After the $1.9 trillion bill passed in the House, Chuck Schumer said, "What do we say to America? We say to America, help is on its way. You will receive $1,400 checks by the end of March." Since the beginning of the pandemic, women have had to leave their jobs due to childcare. I am glad that the stimulus bill also includes other relief provisions, such as an extension of the $300 per week extra jobless aid for millions of unemployed people, and an expansion of the child tax credit for low-income households. These provisions will help families pay their bill and lift children out of poverty. The Pew Research Center reports that almost half of Americans are still experiencing financial pain 1 year after the pandemic shuttered the economy and caused massive layoffs. Andrew Stetner, an employment expert at the Century Foundation, has stated, working families will get $1,400 per individual from a third stimulus check, plus they will benefit from a muscled-up child tax credit of $3,000 per child. That is real aid that can help reverse the unprecedented economic inequities laid bare and exacerbated by the pandemic. The federal response to the illness has already averted poverty for millions of Americans, and this package is poised to continue that critical work. The House of Representatives passed the bill in a vote of 220 to 211. Only one House Democrat voted against the measure. That is Maine Representative Jared Golden. There were no Republican votes in favor of the spending bill. Economists predict that the relief spending bill will likely boost U.S. economic growth this year, which is great news. However, fewer Americans will be receiving a third stimulus check from the $1.9 trillion stimulus relief package because the bill tightens the income thresholds for qualifying for the $1,400 checks compared to the previous 2 rounds of stimulus checks. Democratic lawmakers had to change the income limits of the third stimulus checks to appease moderate Democrats. The American Rescue Plan will provide $1,400 stimulus payments to individuals earning up to $75,000, but cuts off eligibility for single people earning more than $80,000. And for couples who file a joint federal income tax, the phase-out begins at those earning more than $150,000 and ends at $160,000. People who file their taxes as head of household will receive the full $1,400 if they earn less than $112,500, while the payments will be cutting off for those earning more than $120,000 per year. Some lawmakers had argued for a lower income cutoff because of research indicating that the upper income households are faring better in the pandemic-hit economy than poorer households. But according to a new analysis of census data from the Center of Budget and Policy Priorities, more than 4 out of 10 adults living with children are struggling to pay their bills at the end of February. All right, everyone, that is the end of the video this afternoon. I really hope you found this video helpful. Please make sure to enter the $50 Amazon gift card giveaway by subscribing to my channel, liking this video, and then commenting below. Thank you and have a very, very blessed day.